Hello guys, and welcome to another video of the Club 100 League Racing Championship, Esports League, whatever we call it now. I've already forgotten. This is at Sardinia B, I believe, and this is quite a crucial round as I'm falling behind a bit from the guy just in front, actually, Nathan. So really need to gain some points back on him, and coming into this feeling pretty good. Was very quick in practice actually, and was hoping to carry this on, and I was very surprised to see that Nathan didn't play any games and just drove out the pit lane and didn't try and stop or anything, so I'm perfectly happy to follow. Does me no problems whatsoever. But yeah, this lobby in general was hell to set up. We had a lot of issues, as you can see on the mini map. That someone's still in the pit lane. That's Callum. He went into his uni over the last couple of weeks, and yeah, the internet has paid the price. And I think this lobby at the moment was hosted by me, which was also hell because we kept on going in and out of sessions and trying to reset it up, and it was an absolute nightmare. Proper pain in the backside to set it up, which didn't help. I would have loved a nice stress-free race, but yeah, we were trying all sorts of things, trying to get Callum to race, and for whatever reason it just wasn't working. So this is going to be a one race video, as we actually had to postpone the second race of this day to the end of the season, so that will come later on in round 5. But yeah, starting this lap, unfortunately I ballsed out right from the start. I would have loved to have Nathan's toe all the way down here, but caught that last corner a bit wrong. As we know, all the corners around here are pretty awkward and pretty dodgy. And yeah, mucked up the last corner and ruined my lap straight away. Thankfully Nathan's already ruined his lap, so I don't feel as bad in the fact that he hasn't just set a blistering time and I've missed out. So but yeah, so feeling good in the Mazdas, racing hards, hoping to just gain some points back on Nathan really this round, make up the ground we've been losing over these past few races, and really try and pick up the momentum for the end of the season. Yeah, it's been tricky to adapt to these cars actually in the at this track. They don't brake as well as you think, so we've been, as I closing in a lot under braking there, and I'm already getting a bit suspicious actually following Nathan this close, because I doubt he'll want to tow me around a lap. He knows this lap won't count for me because I had a penalty at the start, and I don't see him wanting to lead me around for another lap. So come round here, he stops. And I also stop because I don't think that's a good idea either. So then, it made me laugh. He then completely pulls up this corner, and yeah, ruined his lap and got a penalty, which is fine by me. He's out of syncs, that's fine by me. Yeah, just a amusing little thing. Sorry for giving people seizures here. I don't know why I do this. I think it's subconscious. I don't know why I keep flicking it on and off the review, but yeah, so first lap hasn't counted because of that penalty. But yeah, we're looking for, I think it was 25s? A high 25's a good time. And I was doing 25.6, 25.7 in practice on my own, no toe or anything. But yeah, coming on to my fast lap, as you see we're 6th at the moment, half a second off of a 25.8 that Nathan's done, which is obviously frustrating seeing him at the front. And you can see I've done a few laps already and I still haven't managed to do the lap times I thought I'd do. Already mucking up there and going wide at the first corner. Just for whatever reason not really getting on with it this time. Even coming into here, nothing was coming easy at the moment, and I wasn't being able to make the lap time that I thought I could do. I'm 0.2 off already, not improving on my lap. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad for me at the moment. I don't really know why either. I came to this pretty happy that I was going to perform well, but it turns out that wasn't so much the case, or at least in qualifying anyway. Absolute nightmare for whatever reason. I've got my teammate in front, just trying to hope I can just snatch a slipstream right at the end. We've clawed back some time, as you can see. I was 0.2 down on myself, I think that was, and now I'm only, well, less than a tenth off myself. And come through this very awkward last corner where, if you were watching last season, I managed to pull a very good manoeuvre on Steve. and probably break a few of his fans' hearts by pipping him to the line. But I see now Batters goes top. Batters has actually been making some really good videos recently, as we take 26-1, which just isn't good enough. Really isn't good enough. But yeah, we're down in 8th, and it's really not looking good for us right now. But yeah, do check out Batters Racing. His videos are very well produced, very well spoken, much better than me, for speaking at least. He's been putting up some good performances, so he deserves the bit of love for his channel, which is Batters Racing Co, as it is on his username there. But yeah, down in 8th, absolute disaster. Like, that is terrible. Because we're right in the thick of it. We're, well, ready to be hit off at any moment, really. Not that, you know, that's what happens, it's just to manage everyone around you, it's just not going to happen all the time. So you have to hope you get through it, which I don't want that risk. And with Nathan out front, you know, it's worst situation possible. I couldn't have made it worse myself. As you see, Callum is on the grid with no time. He was sitting in the pit lane doing the pit lane glitch. If you don't know what that is, it's just driving around endlessly in the pit lane on AI. And because of that glitch, he also did not start the race. So you'll see someone left on the grid when we start. But yeah, we tried to get him to race, but whatever we did just was not working. Unfortunately for Cal, which is a shame because he's bloody quick and he really deserves a proper shot at this. But anyway, we're away, all filing into the slipstream, single file, and I'm just trying to find some space. Nice bit of space in front opens up. We're just going to put the car in there and just try and stay out of trouble. We've got a little bit of a run on Tim here, so we might be able to get this position. Keeping the speed up on the inside, trying to give him room on the outside, see we're lifting off there, just stop me going too wide. Just keeping the speed up, trying to make sure we just get these moves done. Just closing Tim off there, just so we can confirm the position almost. Nathan out front, so my worst fear. And actually Batters there goes off actually right on the exit of that corner, which is not going to help his momentum. Martin in front, Trev in front. Lots of fast people to pass here, but Martin here just goes a little bit hot under braking, just gives Trev a little bit of a nudge. It's not much, but it puts Trev wide. Martin then waits for him, so I've 2 positions there and 1. Perfect for me. I send it around the outside a bit here because Luke was, well, maybe sleeping a little bit on the brakes, but we're now already, this is a pretty good start. But once again, it's sort of like Dragon Trail in the first round. You've got the top 3 all pulling away, and it's just me on my own, well, us 3. I get a good run on Luke here, so we're going to go past. And yeah, I really need to work with these guys to gain this gap back up. Although I do think I should be fast, but it's really, really tricky to gain on these guys because they're all really quick up front. You know, there's not many slow drivers around here. But yeah, up into 4th, really good start from the from where are we, 8th on the grid, 9th on the grid. So really happy with that. Hopefully we can start clawing back some time on these top 3. You've got Steve up front, Mark up front, and Nathan. And of course that's just tricky, very tricky for me. You may have also just caught Rob going off there, right at the back of the shot. He had a disconnection as well, so the amount of issues that we're having with GT Sport was just unreal. Now here you can see Tim behind me is pushing me along here, which was a relief. I really needed that from Tim to just help us push along here, but I kept making stupid mistakes like that. I just ran a little bit wide and Tim's just driving into space. He's not going to sit there and wait for me and say after you. So I need to be driving better so that we can both catch up. But I kept making these clumsy little mistakes, and it's really not helping us at all. And we're just watching these guys. We were catching them, just like very slowly, but we were catching them a little bit. If I could just string a few laps together, I knew we could make much better inroads. Which is just, it was just annoying. But then looking up front now, you can see they're side by side, which surprised me a lot. They're teammates, Mark and Nathan, but they're side by side going into the turns, which makes absolutely no sense. Sort of like when Nathan and Steve did it in the previous race here. Like, they should be helping each other, because then they'd pull away, but especially as they're teammates, but for whatever reason they're not helping each other, and I'm rubbing my hands together hoping that I can catch them. Once again, I've made another little clumsy little error, and I've let Tim have the ability to compromise our lines, which is annoying because I can't expect him to wait, as I said, so it makes sense for him to drive into the space rather than into me. But yeah, 2.1, the gap stayed pretty much the same for the last few laps now, so we're really just hoping we could gain a little bit of time here. Looking up front once again, you can see they're going side by side once again. Mark's actually taking the lead, it looks like, so very odd tactics from Team Orange. I feel like they definitely should have spoken to each other at least once or twice to help their teamwork. And then this happens. A few laps later, Mark's gone wide, defends heavily, Nathan swings round the outside, but all this battle in here is costing time, and if you look right now, there I am, back in shot, back on the lead group, and this is perfect for me. 10 minutes in and we're on the front group. Couldn't really be happy with that. That is I did not expect to be this close. So, and I don't really want to waste time, so I'm pretty happy to just start attacking now. If I can get some momentum, just get through this pack, get to the front and just sort of control from the front, I'd much prefer that than being at risk of being thrown back into the pack through, you know, an unconventional move or something, because it's easier to be sort of pinned back than always going forward. So Slipstream Steve now trying to think about a move now, maybe go to the inside here, not quite able to be late enough on the brakes there. Driving much better now as well, so I'm really getting into the groove of this circuit, which is, well, thank God for me, because I was really struggling earlier. Through this bank turn now, all in a slipstream now, it's all so close. We've got Tim right behind me, I think we've got Luke as well right behind us as well, so could be a five-way group here. Coming into here now, and we're going to send it. We do have a little bit of contact, but I keep a tight line, try to make sure I give Steve as much room as possible. But we do get the move done. I was quite happy with that move actually. I just put my car really where it just meant that Steve couldn't turn in. He tried, but he couldn't turn in. So, and I didn't take him off or anything. So I was pretty happy with that, because it's quite a tricky corner to get stopped for. Yeah, now we're looking ahead, looking for Marky Boy. We're thinking now we're going to get the next position. As you can see, the slipstream here is very good. Closing right in on Mark now. It looks like Steve's picked up a penalty. Penalties here don't really matter though, as this corner here you pretty much lose any penalty you get. As you can see now, straight on the back of Mark, 8 minutes to go. This is really looking good now, for at least for a recovery drive. This is looking pretty good. So we're coming into this corner again, maybe think about the send again, and we do. We just go for it, send it straight through. Mark does give us a little nudge, which is annoying, but we've made the move stick, and I'm going to keep him on the outside. And yeah, we're through into second. 9 laps in, I'm dead happy with that. And now we've got our main championship rival up front, and now we've got to try and work out to get past him. I don't think he'll be as easy as to pass somehow. But you see, there we are, nice send there, just popping out slipstream. So I get a little tap there, it just pushes you on, and it's like, it's fair enough, but like really you got to not be tapping people, because it's just it's not really that fair. But yeah, Nathan goes off here now, and this, as soon as I saw this, I'm just like, okay, this is the moment here. And he's gone a little bit wide because he'd have dirty tyres from going a bit wide as well. So we're in the slipstream now, eyeing up the maneuver, just thinking, right, how close are we going to get here? I was hoping to pick up a fast lap at some point during this, just to give me that extra point, but it didn't come. But yeah, we're up and we're thinking about it, and we're up the inside, really leaving our braking late. A nice, aggressive but fair move as we leave space on the outside, which I always think is quite nice to do. And you can see I'm just sort of holding my speed here, I don't want him to dive straight back up the inside. And me and Nathan had just pulled away a little bit there, and I want him to get into these battles. You know, I don't mind if the other guys catch up, as long as it's Nathan they're attacking, not me. So I'm sort of holding the pace a little bit, just a tiny bit, just to see if we can bring some other guys into this fight, because I need I need a bit of a miracle here to gain the points on Nathan, because he's been so strong in the Corvette and the Mazda races. He's been strong in too, to be fair, but they also haven't really gone my way, so I haven't been able to gain as much points as I'd like. But he gets the cutback here, and then through this corner, I know the cutback's very on here, so I'd really try and hold the speed and cut back to this late apex, let's say, but he still just gets up the inside. And now I'm in a really risky position here. I've got Nathan up the inside and I can't really go anywhere. I'm limited, and I'm watching the radar now, and Steve goes for the absolute send, and he's just there. And you know, with 5 minutes to go, that just killed my momentum. And like, that is the one thing I did not want to see. And you see here, so I get caught up around the outside. Steve gets a great run and goes for the send, which he's all right to do. Nathan gets the cut back on Steve, so he keeps the lead. And then I just get, yeah, one more look here in slow-mo. You can see I'm just on the outside. You can see Steve coming through. Nathan brakes early. We both brake a little bit early, but I probably, to be fair, broke a little bit late. And yeah, I'm just met with a Steve in the middle. I can't go left, I can't go right. And it just, yeah, completely kills my momentum. So back down to 6th after getting all the way through to the lead. Didn't actually end up leading the lap in this race, but got all the way through up into 1st and then straight back down to 6th as quick as that. But we don't give up. We're going to try rather desperately to try and regain some positions here, and unfortunately just the hectic nature of this group at the moment means that any route I do take is sort of already blocked by Steve, because he's looking at 2 people in front of him battling. Wherever he wants to go, chances are is where I want to go to. So at the moment I'm just waiting for Steve to do something, or Luke to do something, or in an ideal world them all to take each other out and T-bone Nathan, but it's just not going to happen, I don't think. But yeah, coming into this corner now, on the outside, really just poor decision making here. Like, there's a good chance I was going off there, and I should have known better, to be honest. Really should have known better. So now down to 7th, you see him spinning up there. That's the dirty tyres just kicking in. Come through that corner, you get really long late oversteer. But yeah, moving forward. Next lap, Mark has dropped back. I think he made a mistake at the second to last corner and took a load of grass and then lost all his positions. So we're now looking to follow Mark through here on my teammate. He does leave us the space, so I'd sort of called it and said, yep, just, give us space here. And I gave him the slipstream down here, try and protect him from Trev. But yeah, up in 6th, we can still potentially salvage 2nd. Like, the group is there to be used to have a go at. And here, Tim and Steve get into a little bit of a touch now, and we're going to try and make this work. So they've gone 3 wide. I don't know what they're thinking there. That was a bit interesting tactics, but that's helped us. 2 people being shafted there, and that's allowed me to get back into 4th place. Looking at now a podium potentially. Luke's just getting a bit too far away, unless he makes a mistake, and unless Nathan does the biggest bottle, which I don't see him doing again, to be honest. We're going to be just a little bit out. Yeah, looking at the time, 1 minute and 3 to go. We're doing 1 minute 20 lap times. This is going to be the final lap, so we're looking at 3rd. Going down the outside now, we've got Mark on our inside, and we've got Steve to try and get past. Mark's holding his position, just making it hard for me to make a committed move, because I've got to think about where Mark's going to be when I make these moves. Trying to carry the speed around this corner now. Mark's centred down the inside again. I leave him the room, just trying to carry the speed around the outside. Once again, just having to hold him on the outside while we slide into this corner. We've also got, I think that's Trev on the inside now, who's sent it from, well, I don't know where, but I wasn't paying attention. That's why I didn't see him. We're now looking forward to Steve. We're going to try and concentrate now on getting Steve. Got a nice big toe. Catching him on the slipstream, and we've taken that corner really, really well, and whatever's gone on behind has just opened up the gap. And now at this point, I'm thinking very similar thoughts to how we approached the Aston race, where I was this close to Steve on the final corner of the final lap. I'm just sitting there going, right, come on, get a good run. And I do exactly what I don't need to do, which is completely bottle it and get a penalty. But it was the thought that counts, It was the thought that counts. So we're going to bleed that penalty off, because you do actually get a penalty if you carry that over, as in more than the 1 second in the game. It's a rule. So I have to make sure I get rid of that penalty. But yeah, 4th place and Nathan winning. Disaster, really. And I think Nathan picked up the fastest lap as well. So yeah, really, really dismal performance from me, to be honest. But say there was moments where it could have been so much different up into first, and maybe I should have gone with the pace and tried to pull me and Nathan away, but yeah, as you can see, it was postponed in the end, round 2, or at the half even. So you've got me in 4th, and our team actually finishing 4th in that race in total. And you can see Lobby 2 there if you're following the Club and Cast tool, but there is a live stream of that on DW Commentary if you want to check that out. And yeah, in the championship, 29 points I believe that is. It's a lot. It's a real big margin now to catch up to Nathan, so we're going to have to pull out all the stops in his final couple of rounds. But yeah, that was that. That was Maggiore. And feel free to subscribe, like the video. Any improvements, do let me know. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and see ya.